Hello student, this is Pallad Rabari, your host, and you are watching Pallad Rabari classes. This is chapter 9, Business Studies class 12th, Financial Management. This is volume 3 of the chapter Financial Management. Let us see the topic that we will discuss in this video. In this video we will discuss fixed capital and working capital. So the topic to be discussed in this video is fixed capital and working capital. Let us see the meaning of fixed capital first. Fixed capital means fund invested in fixed asset for growth and prosperity of fixed capital. So what is fixed capital? Fund invested in fixed asset for the growth and the prosperity of the business is called fixed capital. The investment in fixed capital is huge and remain in the business for a period more than 1 year. Let us see the meaning of management of fixed capital. Management of fixed capital refers to allocation of firm's fixed capital among different projects or assets like acquisition, modernization, expansion or replacement of existing assets. So what is management of fixed asset? Management of fixed asset refers to allocation of firm's fixed capital among different projects and the proper administration of the fund invested in these projects is called management of fixed capital. Allocation and administration of the fund for the longer period is called management of fixed capital. These investments have long-term implications on growth, profitability and risk of the business. Let us see the reason why there is a need to manage the fixed capital with utmost good care. Fixed capital should be administered with due care because of the following reason. Number 1, long-term growth and effect. Capital budgeting decision or the fixed capital decision have a long-term effect on the growth and profitability of business. Since it has the long-term effect, the growth of the business in the future depends upon the fixed capital investment, so the investment will be duly taken care of. The next is large amount of fund involved. In this decision, huge amount of fund is blocked for the longer period of time. Therefore, detailed analysis of investment is needed. If a small amount is blocked, then there is no need. But since huge amount is being blocked for the longer period, so the detailed analysis of investment is needed. The next is risk involved. Investment in fixed capital and the related financial risk affect the overall business risk in long term, since huge business risk is involved. Remember one thing, fixed capital is always equal to the greater financial risk. Since more capital is being invested, so the risk factor is maximum. So fixed capital investment should be duly taken care of. The next is irreversible decision. The investment decision cannot be reversed. Once the money is being invested, then we cannot retreat the step back. We cannot revert back the step. Let us see the factors determining the fixed capital. Following are the factors which determine the fixed capital. Number 1, nature of business. Number 2, scale of operation. Number 3, choice of technique. Number 4, technology upgradation. 5, growth prospect. 6, diversification. 7th, financial alternative. And the last one is level of collaboration. Listen, the first factor which affect the size of the fixed capital is nature of business. Listen, in the case of the retail business, less investment is being needed. Whereas in the case of manufacturing concern or manufacturing unit, huge fixed capital is being needed. So trading, in the business related to trading, less fixed investment is needed, whereas the business related with the production, huge investment is being needed. Let us see the next factor, that is the scale of operation. If the business want to carry out the activities at a very small level, then less fixed investment is needed. Whereas if the production is going on at a large scale, then huge fixed investment is needed. Why? Because the producer has to purchase more machinery. They have to invest more money on the machineries and on the building. So when the scale of business is large, huge investment is needed, and where the area of operation is small, then less fixed capital is being needed. The next is choice of technique. If the businessman opted the labor intensive technique, then less fixed capital is being needed. On the contrary, if the businessman opted the capital intensive technique, then huge fixed capital is needed. The next is technology upgradation. If in the organization, or if the nature of the business is such that the technologies quickly get obsoleted and investment is being needed on the updation of the technology, then huge fixed capital is being needed. But if the nature of the business is not where the technology updation is needed, then less fixed capital is being needed. For example, in the case of IT sector, more and more money has to be spent. Why? Because technology easily get obsolete. So just to attune ourselves in the IT sector, technology updation is the must, and the huge fixed capital investment is needed. Then the next one is growth prospect. If we see the brighter future in the future of the businesses in the future, if the business has more chances to grow in the business in the future, if the business will grow, if our expectation is that the business will rise in future, then the fixed investment is more. And if the chances of rise is less, or if we feel that the business will fall down, then the fixed investment will decrease. The next is diversification. If the businessman opted to go for diversification, then he has to invest more money on the new unit. For the diversification, money has to be spent to start the new unit, and to start the new unit, more fixed capital investment is needed. But if the businessman don't want to go for the diversification of the product, then the fixed investment is less. Next one is financing alternative. If the businessman is having the option of leasing, then fixed investment will decrease. And if the businessman don't have the option of leasing, then the fixed investment is more. The next is level of collaboration. If the businessman has the option to go for joint venture, then the fixed investment is less. And if the businessman don't have the option of joint venture, then the fixed investment is more or high. Let us see these points in detail. First one is nature of business. We have seen the type of the business determine the amount of fixed capital required. The next is scale of operation. The business operated at large scale will require more fixed capital as compared to the one operated at small scale. The next is choice of technique. The capital intensive business organization requires huge amount of fixed capital to invest in plant and machinery as compared to labor intensive. The next is technology upgradation. Organization using assets which becomes obsolete faster will require huge amount of fixed capital to replace such assets, example IT sector. The next is growth prospect. A business organization which plans to achieve higher growth in future will need higher amount of fixed capital. Next is diversification. A business organization planning to diversify its production will establish a new division or a new factory to start its new project. Next is financing alternatives. A businessman will require huge capital investment if it does not has access to financial market which provide leasing facilities. The next is level of collaboration. There are business who share each other's facilities. Such business need less amount of fixed capital investment, example joint venture. Now let us see and discuss working capital. Working capital is the excess of current asset over current liability. In a very simple word, we can say that the money needed to meet out the daily requirement of the business is called working capital. So what is working capital? Money raised to meet out the daily requirement of the business is called working capital. Most of these investments are provided through short-term finance sources, which becomes a part of current liability. Let us see the types of working capital. There are two types of working capital: gross working capital and net working capital. Gross working capital is current asset, whereas net working capital is the difference between current asset and current liability. That is, net working capital is equal to current asset minus current liability. So what is gross working capital? Gross working capital is the sum total of current assets, whereas net working capital is the difference between current asset and current liability. Now let us see the factors affecting working capital. The factors affecting the working capital is nature of business. A traditional organization needs low amount of working capital as compared to the manufacturing organization, as traditional organization undertakes no processing work. Listen, if we have to maintain the stock, then the huge working capital is being needed, and if we don't have to maintain the stock, working capital decrease. So in the case of the traditional form of business organization, there is no need to maintain a stock because no processing work is going on, so less working capital is being needed. The next is scale of operation. An organization operates on large scale will require more inventory. They have to maintain more stock. More stock means more working capital. The next is business cycle. At the time of boom, more production will be undertaken. When more production is undertaking, it means the expenditure, day-to-day expenditure of the business will increase. So working capital will increase. Whereas at the time of depression, the daily expenditure of the business falls down and less working capital is needed. The next is seasonal factor. During the peak season, the demand will be high and thus high working capital will be required as compared to off. Next is credit allowed. If credit is allowed by a concern to its customer, then it will require more working capital. Suppose more credit facility is being given to the consumers. It means that the bank will get the money late. So to meet out the daily expenditure, the business has to arrange more working capital. The next is credit avail. If the suppliers provide credit limit or more credit time period the supplier gives to the manufacturer, then less working capital is needed. And if the suppliers are not giving the credit, then more working capital is needed. The next is inflation. Working capital requirement is also determined by the price level changes. For example, during inflation, price of raw material wages are also resulting in increase in working capital requirements. When the price increase, price of the raw material increase, wage rate increase, definitely the daily expenditure will increase. When the daily expenditure will increase, definitely we have to arrange more money to meet out the daily expenditure. So more money is being needed. Next is operating cycle. We should know what is the meaning of operating cycle. Operating cycle means turnover. Listen, it means speed with which the working capital is converted into cash by sale proceed. What it means? In a very simple word, we can say at the time of production, whatever the money the producer is having, he blocked it during the production process. Whatever the money the producer was having, he has blocked it. And he will only get back the money which he has blocked when the product manufactured goods will be sold and the consumer will pay the money to him. So the time period when the producer invests the money till the time period producer get back the money, that particular time period in between the investment and getting the money back is the operating cycle. If the operating cycle is lengthy, then more working capital is being needed, and if the operating cycle is short, then less working capital is needed. That's all I have in this video. Thanks for watching. God bless you all. Dear subscribers, if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe the channel and don't forget to press the bell icon so that whenever I upload the new video, you get the notification.